my channel. Now this is the 5 things to do in the LAT. I was looking for some videos to help me with my travel there, what to prepare, what to expect and where to go, but I didn't really find a comprehensive one that would really help my life easier. But right now I'm gonna do this for you. So are you ready? To give you an overview, I stayed in the LAT for 2 weeks. I was there for holidays, for Christmas and for New Year. So it was like late December until early January, to give you an idea. 1, I put some notes here. Cable car ride. So I had also an experience of cable car ride in some other country, but I guess in the LAT it is something that I would really recommend, especially for you if you have a limited time right there. It is relatively cheap. It's just 80,000 dong round trip and 60,000 if you go one way. All right. Location is at Robin Hill. Google Map is a friend. And you can actually go to the other side of the cable car, which is also sort of a tourist spot or a place that you can visit. But take note, if you go to the monastery across the Robin Hill area on the other side of the cable car, dress appropriately because that is a monastery and they have some dress code, right? There is 2 gate, quick tip, there's 2 gates right there when you reach that area near the parking. One that goes to the monastery and the other one goes to the lake. Yes, there is a lake right there if you want some walk under the pine trees and you want to head to some very peaceful scenery. If you are so done maybe with the traffic in Ho Chi Minh or maybe in Cebu City or in any other city that is like really in extreme contrast. So I am heading to the cable car Robin Hill side, walking through the street called Dongda. I'm not really sure if I'm walking to the right direction, but this is what Google Map's saying. So I trust Google Map with all my heart, all my brain. But it is a nice walk then towards the other side where the main road is, where the Futa buses is located. So it's kind of shorter walk, but very steep. So if you're coming from Thàng Street, this is the best, I guess, option for walking, since you see there's our nice flowers here. And if you're a gardening enthusiast like me, I guess this is the best walking place for you. And yeah, there are actually some trees right there, so nice walk. Of course, it's the LAT night market. I know some of you have been to so many night markets, especially those who are traveling in Southeast Asia, but the night market or the market in a particular place per se somehow is a character in itself. You would see how people interact with each other, what are the things that they are producing in their area, and it's just also nice to see some locals also hanging around, especially every time I see these young Vietnamese students just enjoying their coffee or their soya drink with their bikes. It is something that I don't normally see on a normal day-to-day basis, right? This is also a place you can buy souvenir items and eat around there in that area. So also check. Number 3 is the LAT flower garden. If you're like me, if you like flowers and plants, this is the place to go. But at the end of the day, the LAT is known to be the place for eternal spring, where there's always like nice flowers around because of the temperature. However, if you don't want to go there, there's a fee of 40,000 dong for adults, and I believe this is lesser if you have children below 12 years old. There are also a lot of nice parks around the lake that you can check on, one of which is Yersin Park. It is more or less the same as the LAT flower garden, but smaller, like way smaller. If you have young children, if you want some pictures with them doing this activity and that activity, I highly suggest you go to the LAT flower garden. It is just near as well to the night market around this area. So have and find an afternoon perhaps to go and check on that place. I'll also bring and insert some clips from my visit there. Number 4 would be an excursion either to Datanla Falls or to Nha Trang. I did not do this because, you know, I live in an island where there's like 1 million white sand beaches and all that, and there's also world-class waterfalls in the place where I live in. So since I don't want to go so much around outside the city, I skip that. But I highly suggest that, especially if you are then traveling with a group of friends. I guess it would be pretty cool. And Nha Trang, I guess is about like 2 hours from the main city. You might want to get a tour from that. You can check on your accommodation and how you can arrange a transportation, maybe an accommodation, and you can just get back by the end of the day to the LAT city. So you might do again some excursions around. For 5, and definitely not the least, the last, is the tour that can give you some insights. I'm talking about some free tours, but not really free. How should I say this? Donation-based tour. Okay, this is care of One Trip. I had also an experience with them. It was cool. The person who guides us around is very knowledgeable, and it will give you the opportunity to, maybe if you are just the two of you or you're solo, to take some decent pictures of you. Sorry, but they would bring you to some places around the city and give you a quick background and history about it. One was really cool. That was at the LAT train station. You may want to check on that maybe if you don't go really on this tour, but that is something which I think is the highlight for that tour. So I will give the link down below for One Trip, and you can also customize something if ever you have a very specific place that you may want to go, or some information that you might want to dig in a little bit further. So that's it for the 5 places to go or things to do in the LAT. So if you stay right on in this video, I will also give you some information like where to go grocery, where to change money, transportation, and so on and so on. In the LAT, and of course you want to get some supplies, because things here is not as easy as in Ho Chi Minh. Like, everything is just a stretch away, all right? And the cheapest way to go and get some supplies, where there's pharmacy, supermarket, bakery, shops for clothes, and what have you, is Big C. Big C is just next to this big artichoke structure right in Juan Hong Lake, like right there in the lake, all right? And if you wanted to exchange some money, the best way is to go to the jewelry shops, or gold shops they call it. I will indicate the street name in the description below, or you can also exchange it in your hotel if they do that, or in your accommodation, or you can also go to the bank, withdraw an ATM. Not so many, but as long as you are within the center near the lake, it's just right there. But the gold shops, I will put the address right there in the description. Okay, next is for transportation. Where's the transportation? Alright, so if you're coming from Ho Chi Minh, you have a variety of ways to go to the LAT. First, of course, you can get This is a lavender farm right here in the LAT. They grow a lot of flowers, and this is one of the stuff that they grow here. It looks like a little bit of a rosemary, but no, this is a lavender.